So, welcome back to the Man Cave. No credits today, very quick video. The choice has been made with the power plant for the compressor. I put the vote out under 24 hours ago, and I've had an extremely positive response from about 80 of you. And only 2 of you, let's go. Not one person has said keep it electric. Only 2 people have mentioned go with a little Honda petrol. But I'm afraid the other 70 odd of you have all said you would like to see on the compressor diesel. So that's what's going on. We need to make up an adapter plate to get this to fit. As you can see, there are holes. We've got a hole there which actually don't line too far, but that one's quite far out and the engine is hanging off the back. So I'm going to have to make a plate up to put the engine on and then bolt the plate to the thingamajig compressor tank. So there we go. Some people have also said make sure that tank is safe. So if I can, I will take one of these end bungs out, either this end or this end. I mean, that's a hell of a hole in there. And we'll get a torch and shine in there and see what the inside of this tank is like. Having no automatic cut-off, well, being diesel now, I mean, there was no automatic cut-off on this to start. It just kept going. Obviously, being with an engine, it's going to keep going until it blows off. But I think initially when I first fire this puppy up, because it's so old, and I'm not stupid, I am fully aware of how dangerous this thing's going to be, especially if it's got 175 PSI in it. Yeah. The guy I got this compressor off said he had it running, and that got to 150 PSI on the gauge, and he ran out of bottle and turned it off and emptied the tank. So it doesn't blow off at 150 because he said he had it to 150. But we'll see. Doing a bit of research, I think this is going to blow off about 170, 175 PSI. Well, that's 50 more than a normal single cylinder compressor. That is a lot of pressure. And you wouldn't want this thing blowing off at 175 PSI if that exploded and you was anywhere close, that'd kill you. So, yeah, when I first fire this thing, I'll drag it right out into the middle of the field there. Maybe down the bottom, the other side of the caravans. I'll just start the old puppy off. I'll connect 3 airlines to it. I've got 3 30-foot airlines. I'll connect them to it. And, you know, I have a blowgun on it, so if I need to empty it, I can. And I'll just, I'll just set the puppy going. I might even, as a safety precaution, you turn this diesel on and off with this. Turning your rack off, and there's a hole in there, so what I could do is even put a long string on it, so if I want to shut the engine down at a distance, I can just pull on the string, tink, and shut him off. So yes, that's what we're going to put on there. We're going diesel power. And to be honest, I think it actually looks quite in keeping with the compressor. I know the Honda is a lot smaller and a lot lighter and sits on there. But that little Honda engine being a petrol, they're not the most economical. I mean, that tank could probably last, 3 or 4 hours and that would be out, especially with it working this. But this thing, I used to run a cement mixer, and yeah. But my dad, this is actually off Dad's old cement mixer. When my dad started working for himself in the building trade in 1966, he set up on his own as a sole trader, as a builder. He bought this mixer in 1971, I think he said, and that was an ex-plasterer's mixer. So, by God, that had done some work. And not long after he had it, the engine went wrong, and he actually had this engine restored, or rebuilt, should I say, by a company in Downham Market. They actually rebuilt this with new pistons and new rings and done all the crank. This was actually rebuilt in the 1980s, And yeah, my dad was a builder, but he didn't use it that often, I'll be honest with you. Of course, after about 10 years, he bought one of them little push-along electric mixers, mains powered ones. So this only did sort of 10 years work. But it weren't used every day. It was used for an hour here and there, probably an hour every week to mix a bit of cement up. Because if he had a little load to do, he'd just do it in a barrow and barrow and a spade. So he only used to fire this thing up to do big lots, because that's quite a big mixer. Anyhow, so that engine has actually been rebuilt and not done too much work since. And yeah, there you go. That's what's going on there. Sorry for the burbling on. Sorry you're not going to get to see me do a lot today. Again, this is another talk video. But yeah, that's what you've decided, and that's what we're going with. So, man cave out. Bye bye for now. Ha ha. Watch to the end, folks. Magic degreaser, guys. Diesel. Best degreaser you can get. We'll just spray him off. Get him wet, and then I'll go get my overalls on. We'll pressure wash this baby down. There. I'll give that compressor unit another good old pressure wash as well. Come on. There we go. Yep, I'm definitely going to get my overalls on, because I have a sneaky feeling I'm going to get covered in crap doing this. There we go. We'll leave that soak. Diesel. Back in a minute. Alright, here we go. There we go. Compressor all pressure washed. Don't that look better? Right, that is it for now. Bye bye.